tired of hearing about this bull too. What's going on, YouTube? This your boy Real Talk. You now tuned in to Real Talk Media. I know y'all been keeping up with the R. Kelly story. Okay, maybe not, but back in the day he used to mess with Aaliyah when she was underage. Rest in peace, Aaliyah. Then he was allegedly caught on camera peeing on a little girl.
What you mean allegedly?
I gotta say allegedly.
Man, he did that shit.
Hey, you said it, I didn't. Then if you scroll my blogs, say about a month ago I did a story where the families of some women was accusing him of kidnapping their kids and locking them in the trunk and taking them to his house and stuffing them in a storm shelter. Okay, maybe he ain't do all that, but he was accused of meeting underage girls at his show, and somehow they ended up at his residences performing in sexual acts. Not allowed to call home, not allowed to text, not allowed to look at people. Man, scroll the blog, y'all will see. But one of the victims came out and said she was not being held against her will. Another one of his alleged victims has come out and she got a video and she's speaking out about the situation. And if you didn't believe that other stuff, maybe you should take a look at this. This girl right here is also under a non-disclosure agreement, which means she can be sued at any time for even speaking on this. However, she said she was doing it because she feels like it's time that the news is brought out there. She wants to see justice brought, and there are still young women underage in R. Kelly's house. I think she got paid for the interview, and I also think they said if you do get sued, we'll take care of that too. I don't know. Y'all be the judge. Check this out, and I'll tell y'all what I think.
I'm Jerhonda. A lot of people may recognize me from attending R. Kelly's trial back in 2008. But what a lot of people do not know is I actually had a sexual relationship with R. Kelly following his trial in 2009 when I was 16 years old. And I decided that I don't want to live my life in fear anymore, and I will not be silenced anymore. And I want to tell my story, and I would like to raise awareness, and hopefully my story will encourage other women to speak up and move forward with their life, because sexual abuse is really hard. It is a hard pill to swallow. It is so hard to deal with, and it takes a toll on your body. I was a victim of sexual abuse, mental abuse, and physical abuse, all at the hands of R. Kelly. And I really hope that the women that he's doing this to now, they gain the courage and the strength to leave and no longer deal with it. I mean, they don't deserve it. And he's a great mind manipulator. He believes in manipulating your mind and telling you that he's the only one that can save you and that your family is all out against you. And he wants you to himself. That's pretty much, that's the best way to describe it. He wants you to himself. And I was in a really bad mental space when I was dealing with him. I really thought that he was the only one that could help me and save me, but I didn't know what he was saving me from. And I should have thought about that. What you saying you can save me, but what are you saving me from? When I needed to be saved from him. So I would like to talk about how I met him, which was back in 2009 through he invited me to R. Kelly's party at his mansion in Olympia Fields. I invited my friend. Of course, I wasn't going to go by myself. So I invited my friend. I will not mention her name. And we went to his party. And when we got there, everything was really nice. And Kelly saw me and he invited me over to the bar. I went over to the bar, sat down with him. He gave me his phone number and told me, he told me to call him. And I did that, but I didn't do it right away. I did it a couple days later. I want to say probably about 3 days later, maybe, if that. And he invited me back to his house and we talked and everything seemed really nice. And of course I was starstruck and I noticed I was very naive. I used his music to put him on this really high pedestal. I really did. It was his music that pretty much sucked me in. I was like, oh, I'm such a fan. Oh my gosh. And then when I got invited, I was like, oh, he picked me. like, of all people, he could have picked this person or that person, but he picked me. So in a way, I felt like I was lucky. But now that I'm older and I look back on it, like, I was lucky to be a victim. Like, that made no sense. But I felt lucky. I felt like I was the chosen one. But yeah, so I felt like I was the chosen one, and so I was really excited. Like, oh my gosh, this is R. Kelly. He could have had this woman, he could have had any freaking body in the world, and he picked me. So I started thinking, like, I have something that he wants. What do I have that he wants? I have to have something that stands out opposed to all the other women in the world that he could have. And it was my age. It was definitely my age. And he did tell me that he liked his women young so that he can train them. And in that moment, I didn't really think much of being trained. I'm like, okay, you know, you don't really think much into it when you're actually dealing with it, especially when it's a celebrity of higher power and of higher status. You just think, this person picked me, I'm lucky. If I don't, you know, abide by this person's rules, he can easily replace me. I need to buckle down. I need to do what he wants me to do, especially if I want to stick around. Like, this is a celebrity. This is a once in a lifetime thing. And that's not the way I should have thought about it. But again, I was only, you know, 16 years old. I was very young. So you could kind of expect, you know, things to go a certain way, or you can expect that a 16-year-old could still easily be manipulated, because at the end of the day, I was a child. And at 16 years old, you're not, you know, you don't have enough experience under your belt. You're not mentally prepared. You're still a kid. So in a sense, you still have the mindset of a child. And this was a grown man. He was in his 40s, and yes, it was a lot. It was a lot. The things I experienced, and the things that I witnessed with dealing with him, and just feeling like I wasn't human. And to have this celebrity, or this person in general that you like and you're like a huge fan of, take advantage of you sexually and abuse you physically and mentally, it's not fun. And it's not good. I didn't deserve it. But again, he was R. Kelly, so I felt like you should accept it because of, you know, who he is, and you like his music. And that was stupid. Stick around because you like his music. But everything about him was different. He was very controlling. If I wanted to eat, I had to get his permission. I wanted to shower, I had to get his permission. If I wanted to go to the freaking bathroom, if the bathroom wasn't, you know, in the room that I was in, I had to call and ask, like, is it okay if I go to the bathroom? Is it okay if I take a shower? Is it okay if I have something to eat? And it was always, yeah, you can have something to eat. Call the studio. But when I was ready to leave and go home, what do you need to go home for? You're not going home. Like, I would like to go home. What's at home? It was like that. He wouldn't let me leave. I had to come up with so many lies, and he checked those. He did a fact check. Like, if he knew I was lying, you're not going anywhere. And there was abuse. If you found out, like, you knew I was lying about trying to leave, I'll get slapped. It wasn't fun. And one time I was actually choked by him. He choked me up against the wall. He slapped my face, and he spit in my face. And that is extremely degrading. It's really degrading. And to think I accepted that as okay. I was like, whatever. And eventually I got fed up with it, and I found a way to escape, and I did find a way to leave that situation. But yeah, but my main thing is, I just want women to be strong, come together and speak out, you know, against these predators and against these abusers, and especially, you know, R. Kelly, who's a known pedophile who seems to just keep getting off because he's R. Kelly. He made good music, but you're raping these women. You're raping young girls. You're abusing young girls, but he's R. Kelly. He make a good song. he make a hit, and guess what? Nobody thinks about the mental state of all the women he's hurt, and I'm one of those women who he hurt. So I don't want it to continue anymore. I feel like something needs to be done. So hopefully, yes, I can raise awareness and talk to other women about what they've been through, and I can hopefully help them out of that situation, because I know what it's like. I definitely know what it's like, and it is extremely hard. Oh, sorry, like, to be just rambling on and everything, but this is just something that is a huge part of me, especially, you know, since I went through this when I was 16. So it helped me grow, and it helped me become stronger, but it's also something that was really messed up that I had to deal with. And the people who go through abuse, it's not easy, especially when you're silenced about it and you're going through it on your own. It's really hard, and I went through it by myself. I went through it on my own, and to be able to speak about it, it's like, oh, a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders, and to know that he's still out there doing this to other women is mind-boggling, and I don't want it to continue anymore. I do not. Abuse is not fun, but yes, hopefully my video was, you know, it gave you a little bit of insight. I know I didn't go into a lot of details about all of the things that were done, but it was just me wanting to speak out overall about a few things that were done, but it is a lot deeper than what I spoke on. A lot more has happened, and eventually I will address the other things that happened, but right now I just want to, you know, put this out there and let women know there is light at the end of the tunnel, and just have faith in yourself. You have to be strong, and just know that it won't last forever. When you pick yourself up, you look in the mirror and you see yourself, you are beautiful, and things will get better for you. You just have to believe in yourself. You have to have faith in yourself. The same way you keep sticking around hoping that it'll get better, you have to put that same energy into yourself, because only you can control your future. Only you can change your destiny. And we all know how abuse works. If you continue to let it go, it will continue to go. You have to stop it. You have to put a stop to it. So I will be talking more about, you know, things that happen. I will give more in-depth perceptions about it. But right now, this, like I said, this is just to raise awareness. So just be on the lookout for my other videos, and thank you for watching.
Damn. She said some shit, bro. If y'all could think of anything y'all would say to her, any questions y'all would want to ask, drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this situation in general down there in the comments. Hit that like button and subscribe. Yo, I know a lot of you little dirty dick niggas is out here fucking with young bitches too. Don't lie, nigga. Not all y'all, but a lot of y'all niggas is. Man, look, that's a story for another day. Hit me up on Twitter at Real Talk Blogs, blogs with an S. I'm on Instagram now at Real Talk Blogger. I'm out.